All right. Dr. Chakrabarty, how did your conversation with Dr. Ababa go?
Very well, Ms. Ruppert, but there are some concerns with getting participation. There is fear that participating in trials is unsafe.
If we're unable to find enough participants in the region, can we use the data from trials in other countries?
Seth Berkley, who is the pharmaceutical CEO, is concerned that if we don't do trials with regional populations, we won't understand the immune response to these populations. If possible, we need to expand clinical trials in the region.
Can we get cooperation from leaders across the region for a community engagement drive to help dispel fear and misinformation?
Well, we need to look into that. I'll reach out to the World Health Organization Director General and the regional CDC for a community campaign supporting clinical trials.
Thank you. Were you able to look into human rights issues associated with COVID-19 in the region?
Yes, this is actually a great opportunity to address at least one human rights issue across the continent. Since COVID-19 spread so easily, this is a good time to evaluate our overcrowded prisons. I've been talking to some leaders in countries with prison overcrowding. They are warming up to the idea of releasing nonviolent prisoners, economic prisoners, and some political prisoners, but not all of them. There is a concern that the population in war-ravaged countries, the population in war-ravaged countries, the women and children in those countries will not have access to the vaccine. Can we include women and children in our community campaign for clinical trials? When a vaccine is available, our community campaign needs to include women and children because they will be the hardest hit in getting the vaccines. As far as countries with active conflict, hopefully the UN will assist in getting medications, PPE, and vaccines in those areas.
Thank you. That sounds positive. I wanted to talk about tourism to improve the economies in countries who have lost billions of dollars due to COVID-19. The director of tourism from our neighbor to the south said that they've always focused on international tourists. There should be a new focus on domestic tourism and domestic travel. While domestic travel won't bring in enough money to get the tourism economy back to where it was, it will help. They are also working on virtual tours of remote areas that tourists don't normally get the opportunity to see. Do we have anything else to cover today? Okay, in that case, let's set the next meeting. We have a lot to work on. Let's meet again in 2 weeks rather than next week. Would August 12th at 3 p.m. work for everyone?
Yeah, that works. I'm free.
That works for me.
Sorry, I'm free at that time.
Okay, we will meet via Zoom on August 12th at 3 p.m. Dr. Chakrabarty, will you be able to give an update on clinical trials and community engagement?
Yes, I hope to have a draft completed for review by then.
And I should have an update on the facilities in the region by then as well.
Thank you. If anything needs to be added to the agenda before August 12th, please send additions to Ms. Law by the 9th so that she can add them to the agenda. I move to adjourn the meeting.
I second that motion.
The meeting is adjourned until August 12th.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Now that you have listened to parts 1 and 2, be sure to complete the meeting minutes activity.